right, there we go. I'm trying to like balance this rack so that it looks, it's not going to be centered on both Facebook and Instagram. I've just accepted that, but I'm trying to make it so it's like at least semi-symmetrical between the two. But it just is not wanting to work that way. I think I can move it more this way. There we go. Okay, I think that's it's a little helter-skelter on Facebook. Once I roll it, it like starts rolling. Okay, I think I'm happier with that. I'm not used to doing my lives on this side, but just for the move and everything, we're doing a bunch of stuff. So I was gonna say, for those that don't know, which would be all of you, because unless you work here, you've never been like upstairs in the warehouse. But we have this whole big section where we have the where you usually see myself go live, and where the other girls go live. All of that is like a big room that's kind of divided into upstairs, and we call that the photo room. And there's like two sides of it, and I go live on the south side, and then Melissa usually goes live on the north side, and the other girls go live, and then there's like this like hallway area over here that's kind of like in between, and that's where the Monday Night Live happens. And so just with the move and getting everything ready for us moving upstairs into the warehouse, we're doing a bunch of work, stuff's getting moved around, and they need access to stuff on the south side. So just to give everyone enough room to do their thing, everyone's super busy, I am just going live on this side today so that I'm not in the way while people are moving stuff around. Also, if you hear doors opening and stuff in the background, it shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, we're a bunch of very busy bees over here prepping for the move, which is super exciting. There's like a whole other room up here that I didn't even know existed, and because I was like, I mean, I think it'll work, it might be a little bit tight, and then Carrie and Christine just like opened this door I didn't know existed into like Narnia. There's like this whole other huge space. I was like, oh, never mind, we definitely have enough space up here. Like, they weren't kidding when they said we have way more warehouse than we need. So now I'm really excited to see how the changes are happening. And it had been very empty upstairs because nobody had, like, all the office up here were empty. And so when I came to do my lives, it was like just me up here. Photo days are different because Christine and Carrie and I are all up here, and Jace, our photographer, is like doing all that. But like when I come up here just for my lives, I just like come in, I sneak up here, there's nobody else up here, I turn on the lights by myself, and so it's gonna be nice to actually have people up here, so I'm really excited. Hey Rian, hello, good morning. All right, so yeah, so if I'm a little bit like scrambled feeling, it's just because my live feels very different over here today, but I will do my best anyways. So good morning, everybody. My name is Michelle. I am the plus size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a size 3X, occasionally sizing down to 2Xs, but generally I'm pretty solidly a 3X. I wear an 18W in Judy Blues, and for height reference, I'm 6'1". I am a very tall girly, so I usually talk about height and length and things like that as they apply to me, especially with jeans or dresses or things like that. So with that, I am wearing a Shirley currently, which I think these launched yesterday, so I'm just double checking. They were on my rack, but I think that these are already, yes, so these went out yesterday. So we had a small Shirley launch. We had the Shirley sleep shirt, which I am currently wearing now in Books and Bows. We also had the tee and shorts set in Books and Bows. And then we had the Deja Vu tank dress in blue floral. So this all launched yesterday. So I will get up close. So these are the pajama sets. This is the Books and Bows pattern, which is adorable. I love that it's this mix of bows and books, and there's little florals in there. I love these little roses that are like coming up out of the book. Just a really cute print. Definitely very LLB with the book nook, and very like springy themed. I love the sage green with just like the hints of pink as a color combo that I absolutely adore. So yeah, these launched yesterday, but I do believe that we've already sold out of a lot of the sizes. I still wanted to show them off just so that people have, like, they can see how I look in the sleep shirts, especially because I don't think I've tried a ton of them on in the past. So for the Books and Bows, for the sleep shirt, I believe we're totally sold out, which is crazy. You guys absolutely like ate these guys up, which I don't blame you. I love the Shirley sleep shirts, especially in the summer. I hate sleeping in pants unless it's really cold, so the sleep shirt is ideal for me. So this one is available in sizes small through 3X. I actually prefer the 2X in the sleep shirt. I do have a 3X back here that I can try on, but this is the 2X I'm in currently. And I find that the 3X is just, again, because I tend to like, not toss and turn, but I will flip over on my, like between my two sides while I'm sleeping. And I find that if there's like too much fabric, it'll get kind of like bunched up under my side as I rotate. So I prefer the 2X. I find that it's still nice and flowy and not snug by any means, but it just is sitting a little bit closer to me. There's a little bit less excess fabric, and I find that the length is still good. As we can see, I still have, again, this is the sleep shirt, this is the 2X. I still have lots of booty coverage. It's not like it's me just wearing like a t-shirt to bed. Like it still gives that kind of nighty effect and enough length while still having that fun flow. Whereas with the 3X, I find, especially kind of in this like torso area, it just gets a little bit more excess fabric for me. And so if you're someone who likes a really big, comfy, like oversized, relaxed style, you can go true to size. But if you want it to be flowy but not quite so oversized, I would recommend sizing down. I definitely prefer the 2X in this one. So again, this is the sleep shirt. This one is sold out. It did retail for $52, but now it retails for nothing because they are sold out for good reason. They are fantastic. Although you never know always if your size is sold out, always sign up for that restock notification, because that way if someone does a return in your size, you'll be the first to know when it goes back into the stock, and you can kind of snag that and get first dibs. There's been at least 3 times in my tenure here at LLB where I have done that, and someone, because a lot of the times like there's not as many pieces in the 3X, and so it's kind of a fight to the death to who can get it first. And so there's lots of times where I was too slow, but then I put the restock on, and then that person does end up returning it, and I'm able to snag it when it comes back. So again, that was the sleep shirt. We do have 3 left of the tee and shorts set. I do prefer the 3X in the, I'm kind of in between the two. I can go with a 2X or a 3X in the t-shirt and short set. I find that I prefer the 3X top just to give it that more like relaxed, flowy vibe, but in the shorts, I would prefer a 2X. So it's, honestly, a lot of the times it just depends to like what size is left or just kind of what vibe I'm feeling. So I own Shirley pajamas in both sizes, and I appreciate both. So same thing as I guess the sleep shirt. If you want it to be a little bit more classic, like loose, roomy pajama fit, you can go with your typical size, or you can size down if you want them to be a little bit less, like, I don't even want to say like more snug, because they're not snug at all on me. It's just less like baggy pajama fit, if that makes sense. So we have an extra small left and 2 smalls. I think that's all we have left in the tee and short set. And then for the Deja Vu tank dress, this one I do wear my typical 3X in the Deja Vu tank dress. This one we do still have a few. We have 4 left. I wish I could just see what size quickly, but I have to like click through all the sizes to see what we have left. We have 2 mediums, 1 large, 0 extra large, 0 2X, 1 3X, and then I'm gonna guess 0 4X. So we even went up to a 4X in this one. Shirley doesn't always release a 4X, but when they do, I get really excited because it's just more options, meaning we can fit more people. So this one is definitely true to size. This is the blue floral. It reminds me of those like china plates that are white with the blue florals on it. Super pretty. So again, this one is already live, and we only have 4 left. We had, what did I say, 2 mediums, a large, and a 3X large are all that is actually. It's probably, this specific one is probably the last 3X available. So if you're lucky enough to still have a size left in what we have, the Shirley stuff all launched yesterday for that. So now that we have gone over that, it was fun to like start in pajamas. We might as well move on to today's daily drop. We have, I'm just gonna double check. I didn't quite like check my rack ahead of time like I usually do, so I'm just making sure I have everything. Is this the Lumi? Got the Lumi, boyfriend tee, the dress. Okay, I think this is all. No, this is not today. This is all today. The Sully dark wash, that is these, I believe. Yes. Okay, perfect. So for today, for Plus, we have bigger launches. I think we've gone over this already, that going forward, we're doing a few changes where we're going to be having just a single launch that'll be at 8 p.m. instead of 2 drops. It's a lot easier to manage, and there'll be bigger drops. And instead of having dedicated launches for things like Dex or Second Skin or Pink Martini, they'll just kind of be like mixed in with the rest of the pieces throughout the week. So that's really exciting. So this is what I have for the Tuesday drop. We have 3 tops, a pair of jeans, and a dress. So I think we will start off with the dress, just because I'm already in a nightgown. I'm trying to figure out the best way for me to like do my thing, because obviously I'm not gonna like change in front of the camera. I think if I just steal my hangers and then just boogie off screen real quick, you guys won't even know what's happening. Which is good for me, because I don't need to advertise that. All right. This is a new system for me. We're trying it out. And hey, who knows, maybe if I like going live over here, and if it's gonna be busier over there with doors and people and stuff, I might just stay over here. Who knows? All right. There we go. So let's start with the dress that comes in Plus for today's drop. If you guys like this setup too, I kind of like the idea of having the little rack in the background so you guys can actually like see what's upcoming instead of it just being off camera and me showing up in a surprise every time. That way too, if you can see where I'm pulling from the rack, you can kind of see like how much more I have to go through the live. If there's a specific piece that you've been wanting, you can see like how long approximately it's going to take me to get there. So I think this might be a really fun way for me to start doing things. So if this is something you prefer for my lives, let me know in the comments, because I mean, things are changing around here. We're making lots of fun changes. So if we're gonna start changing my lives too, then now is the time, and we can definitely make that change. So if this is something you guys are enjoying, let me know. It takes some getting used to for me. The biggest change is that when I usually go live on the other side is that there's a mirror on the wall behind that I can see, and now there is not. But honestly, that is okay with me. We do have a floor length mirror here that I can still like check my outfits in, so it's not a big deal. All right, with that, let's start with the Vacation Eyes maxi dress. Sorry, midi dress. I was gonna say this isn't quite a maxi dress, and it's not just because I'm tall, but no, it's a midi dress. I was confused for a second because I saw the photo of Christine like on Shopify here, and it's almost a maxi dress on Christine, but that is because there is a foot of height difference between us. So this is the Vacation Eyes midi dress in navy. This one's retailing for $54, and it's available in sizes small through 3X, with a 1X being the medium size. This is from the Haptics brand. And so this one is, it has a really nice like A-line cut. It has a fitted tank style top, and then we have the elastic waist that hits, I would say like pretty much like at like a baby doll level. It's like just below the bust. It's not high enough to be like an Empire where it's like right under the bust, but it's like kind of right at the natural waist there. And it does have the elastic waist. The top fabric is kind of like a ribbed kind of jersey knit type material, and so there's a lot of stretch in the top, and then the bottom skirt is a more kind of blousey type of chiffon, so there's a little bit of stretch in the actual fabric of the skirt itself, but it's only one waist. Well, actually it does kind of stretch both ways. It's not as stretchy as the top though, like it's not going to be like a t-shirt stretch, but there is a bit of stretch in the bottom as well, just not as much. But because it has that elastic waist, you're still getting a lot of that. There's a lot of room for it to kind of stretch and accommodate, and it's going to have a really nice flow. This one also does have pockets. As per a lot of dresses, they're not the most substantial pockets. I wouldn't put more than maybe like a cell phone in there, but there's somewhere to put your hands. So This one is true to size. I was like, I opened the iPad and then I went on a tangent and didn't actually finish explaining what I was needing the iPad for. So we all wear our typical sizes with this one. So Christine in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and I'm in my typical 3X for this one. And I would say it's like very, very true to size. I know occasionally with haptics dresses, I could almost size down. I would not size down in this one. This is like a very true 3X for me on this one. If I turn around, we can see that it is that same kind of tank style back, and that elastic transition here is at the same point kind of throughout. And then we have that navy blue kind of blousey chiffon-y semi-stretch fabric throughout. Just a really pretty flowy dress. I think that this is one that you could definitely dress up to wear to like a graduation or a formal event. I don't know if I wear this to a wedding just because there is white on it, but you could definitely dress this up with some really pretty like heavy gold jewelry and some gold sandals. I think would be really, really nice. It also gives me like nautical vibes between the stripes and the navy. So I feel like if you were going somewhere like coastal, especially like Vancouver, or if you're going to the East Coast, I feel like this would be something really fun to wear to like a fancy dinner out on the coast, for sure. The navy dress is launching tonight at 8 p.m., I believe. I'm just double checking. I think we've officially at this point moved to the single launch a day. So it's, let me just double check, AM. No, sorry, we are still doing 2 launches, right? I remembered. It's July 2nd is officially when everything done. So this one is going to be launching today at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. for the daily drop today. It's polyester, Reen. I mean, it's 100% polyester. The top is more like a poly spandex kind of t-shirt material, and then the bottom is full polyester. I'll get it a little bit. Yes, fingers crossed. It's so pretty. It's perfect for summer. I'll see if I can hold the texture up. It is this more like blousey kind of material, but it does still have a little bit of stretch, not a ton. Like it's not like a true like chiffon kind of thing where it's just strict, but it is 100% polyester for this one, Reed. All right, so again, this is the Vacation Eyes midi dress in navy. This one's gonna be retailing for, what did I say, $56? $54, I was close. Size is small through 3X with a 1X as the median size as opposed to an extra large. And true to size, everyone wears their true sizes, and I would say like this is definitely very true to like a typical 3X of what I would expect. So yes. All right, so that is the dress, and then I have jeans and 3 tops. So I'm gonna grab the jeans, and let's start with the black t-shirt first. Trying to like make a system for like hanging up the stuff that I'm currently wearing to change out of. I don't have another like full rack over here. I'm just kind of like hanging some stuff off of the light stand. So we'll see how that works. I'm sure there's probably a better system I could implement, but for now it's good. Okay. There we go. And I think this system I'm making is only going to work if I remember to actually bring back the stuff I've already tried on and hang it back up. So let me do that. There we go. Okay. Let's start with this t-shirt that is from Zenana. This is the Lumi oversized tee in black. This one's retailing for $37, and this one comes in split sizing. So it comes in a small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, and then a 2X, 3X. This one is true to size. It is an oversized fit, but we say true to size to get that kind of intended oversized fit, if that makes sense. So it's Christine and Carrie both wear the small medium. Melissa takes the large extra large for this one, and then I wear my usual 2X, 3X. This one is a cotton poly spandex blend as well, and it's a little bit thicker and more textured than the typical like Zenana t-shirt material. Like if I get up close, we can see it's that kind of like, not ribbed, but it almost has like light sweatery kind of vibe to it. It is definitely that like thicker material here, and you can tell that there is a pretty substantial amount of cotton just because it does feel a little bit more like hefty, a little bit more substantial, and a little bit more breathable than just a typical like poly spandex t-shirt blend. It does have drop shoulders, as we can see. It's almost kind of like a dolman sleeve, but not quite, and it is a very like oversized boxy cut, but it's wide, but then also a little bit cropped, which I really like. I am super into oversized t-shirts that are also cropped. I embraced the crop top a couple of years ago, and I have never looked back. I absolutely adore them. And so this one, it kind of gives that effect of being longer on the sides, but again, I think it's just because if I stick out my arms, you can see it's basically a rectangle. So as it kind of like sits over my chest to accommodate, that kind of gives it that little bit of a lift in the front, giving it that kind of illusion of a handkerchief hem, and then same thing in the back, just from sitting over my shoulders, makes it look like it's a little bit longer on the sides. This is Zenana Reen, this top. And we do have this, again, just in the typical black. I have not tried on the, what was it? Extra large, or the 1X, 2X, but again, because it's that kind of like intentionally oversized fit, I do think that the 1X, 2X would definitely fit me, but I prefer the 2X, 3X because I want it to give that exaggerated, oversized kind of effect. Like we said, it's true to size for an oversized fit, and I would definitely agree with that assessment. So again, this is the Lumi oversized tee in black. This one's retailing for $37. It is the Zenana brand. And this one comes in 4 split sizes, so small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, and 2X, 3X, and we do say true to size for an intentionally oversized fit. If you don't want it to be quite so oversized, you could probably safely size down. Melissa did opt for the large, extra large as opposed to the 1X, 2X, but considering she kind of is more between an extra large and a 1X, I do think that makes sense for her. Whereas for me, I still stuck with my typical 2X, 3X, and I'm very happy with the fit for that one. All right, this is a nice crop top, so I think it's a good one to show off the jeans as well. So these are Zenana brand jeans. We've been getting more of those in, and you guys have been absolutely loving them. It's nice to have jeans at a little bit of a lower price point compared to Judy. These ones are a little bit of like a stretchier denim, a little bit more like, I guess, summer friendly because they are a little bit of a thinner, stretchier, lightweight denim, and just a different option. So these are the Sully high-rise cropped jeans in dark wash. These ones are, as we've seen with the Zenana denim, it comes in the like waist measurement sizes. So there's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. And I believe those are meant to be the, and then 32, which I'm not sure about. I think those are meant to be like the straight sizes. And then it skips by 2-inch increments, so 34, 36, and 38. And I believe those are supposed to be equivalent to the plus sizes. So I'm wearing a size 38 in these. I've been with the Zenana jeans. Most of them I've been wearing the size 38, which is the largest size. There was one pair where I actually sized down to the 36. But for the most part, the 38 has definitely been very close to what a Judy Blue size 18 fits like on me, or like a Judy Blue kind of in between a 2X and a 3X for the Judy Blue short. So I'm wearing the size 38 in these, and everyone else wore kind of what their... It's hard to compare the sizes because, again, Melissa, I don't try on a lot of numbered things, but Christine said her true size is a 29, she wore a 28. Carrie's true size is a 31, and she wears a 30. Melissa wears the 34, and I wear the 38, which I think kind of corresponds where if it's kind of like the 34 is like a 1X and the 38 is like a 3X, I think that kind of makes sense. So I would describe these as like pretty true to size if you are plus size and don't know how to measure, like how number sizes apply, because I definitely have no clue because I never buy pants that way. I would say 34 is like a 1X, 36 is like a 2X, and 38 is like a 3X. For these ones. So these ones are a higher rise. They do have a little bit of the whiskering and the fading throughout. We can see on the hips, there's just a little bit of that fade or that whiskering, and then a lot more fading on the upper thigh. On the back, we can see there is a little bit of fading, not as substantial as the front. And then these are a cropped length. They're not just short on me. I mean, they are a little bit more short on me just because I am so tall, but these ones are an intentional like cropped length for these ones. I would say they fit kind of like the actual like the cut isn't really described in these, but I would say they're like a straight cut. They're not as narrow as like a slim cut, but they're not like a full-on boot cut. So I would call these probably a straight cut kind of jean. And again, the cropped length for these ones. So again, these are from Zenana. Oh my God. This has been happening to me so much. This iPad especially, like a lot of the time when I try to close out of like pop-ups and windows, it just does not. And even my own phone has been kind of doing that to me lately. Apparently I just like don't have enough body signal to register. But anyways, these are the Sully high-rise cropped jeans dark wash. They're retailing for $79 for these ones, and they're available in sizes 26 through 38. We say mostly true to size, maybe size one down from what you would normally consider your number size. And then for all intents and purposes, a 38 is like a 3X, I would say, for these ones. All right, I have two more tops. Let's do the red t-shirt next. It is the Next Level Boyfriend tee in Ruby. So I will take this one. Trade it for this one. I have a feeling I'm going to send one of these flamers just absolutely flying at some point in this live. If I don't, that's better, but I mean, we'll see what happens. This t-shirt's a good, like, Canada Day red. Here we go. We can put the Ruby back. And then we'll talk about the Next Level Boyfriend tee in Ruby. This one's retailing for $29, which is an awesome price point for a basic. And this one's available in sizes small through 3X, with both an extra large and a 1X available. This one is also Zenana brand as well. So we do describe this one as being just like a really nice, like relaxed kind of fit, like a boyfriend fit where it's relaxed, but it's not like oversized. Does have nice short sleeves, the rounded neckline. This one is true to size, so everyone's wearing a typical size. So Christina the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa opted for the extra large as opposed to the 1X, and then I am wearing my typical 3X, and this one is a cotton poly blend of 60% cotton, 40% polyester, and another one where you can tell this one is a little bit more lightweight, but you can still tell that it has a majority natural fibers in it. It just has that nice brush kind of extra soft feel to it, and it just feels like something that's going to be a little bit more breathable on a hot day like, you know, Canada Day might be. I haven't really checked the weather ahead to see what it's supposed to be like next week, but yeah, I think this is like the perfect shade of red for that. I do like with the boyfriend tees that it is just kind of a really nice like relaxed fit. It's not too long, not too short. There aren't really a lot of extra details on this one. It is like the basic of basics, which makes sense because that's usually the kind of things we steal from our boyfriends. No kind of scalloping or anything on the side, same length front and back, just a really nice slightly dropped shoulder and just a really nice like relaxed cut overall. So again, this is the Next Level Boyfriend Tee in Ruby. We all wear our typical sizes for this one, and it is going to be retailing for $29. Okay, and we have one more piece left for the Tuesday Daily Drop. We have the Run Wild Flutter Sleeve Top. That's this, I teased this one a little bit at the end of my live last week because I feel like this one kind of has the same vibe as the tiered black and white top that was insanely popular last week that we are looking at getting restocks of. So this one I think gives a similar sort of vibe, especially with the cute like bandana material print. So I'm going to pop this one on and I will be right back. So this top that I'm trying on now, this one is from the brand Emerald, which I'm not super familiar with. I know we've had a few pieces from them before, but not one where I can think like, oh yeah, I'm true to size in this one, or I size down, because I can't remember enough to know that for sure or not. But so far, based on the fit of this one, I would say true to size because I am in the 3X for this one. All right. So again, this is the Run Wild Flutter Sleeve Top in the shade Ivory. Oops. This one's going to be retailing for $36, and this one is available in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X for this one. So this one does have kind of like a baby doll, not kind of, it is a baby doll type fit where we do have the elastic at the waist. We have the flutter sleeves. It is this kind of like ribbed type material here. It is a lot of stretch and it is quite a lightweight material as well. Super flowy in the cut. We can see that it's basically like straight across. There's no, not ruching, scalloping on the sides. Same length, front and back, but super flowy. Definitely a very like breezy, summery kind of cut for this one. So it is true to size for that kind of flowy baby doll kind of vibe. So Christina's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa is in the 1X, and I am in the 3X. I think I could almost size down in this, and I think it's just because I don't have a large bust for someone who typically wears a 3X. So for me, like the elastic on the baby doll is not sitting on my skin. Like I could probably size down a bit if I wanted it to have more of that fit and flare vibe, but if you want it to be less fit and flare and more of just that kind of flowy vibe, then I would say true to size. And if you have a bigger bust, which I do not, especially for someone as a size 3X, I would say true to size, but if you're like me and you have a smaller bust and you maybe want it to be a little bit more of a fit and flare, you could potentially size down for this one. That being said, I am still in my usual 3X for this top. And then this one is, I believe this is a poly rayon spandex blend for this one. All right, so once again, this is the Run Wild Flutter Sleeve Top in Ivory. This one is retailing for $36, sizes small through 3X, and the medium size is a 1X. We're all wearing our typical sizes for this one. Okay, so that is everything that is for today's daily drop. So everything I have tried on so far, other than the Shirley stuff, which is already live on the website for the few pieces that are left, but all of the stuff that I have just tried on is going to be going live today at 1 p.m. This is the last week where we are having our usual like 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. split launches. After that, we are going to be moving to one daily launch. I'm glad I double checked that before. I was like, everything's launching at 8 so that nobody misses out. This week will still be the previous like typical 2 launches per day. Which, speaking of, we do have a launch tonight, but it does not come in plus. It is just small, medium, large, but I did want to just show them off just to show. We have these really pretty, these are the honeysuckle floral rompers. We have it in ivory, and I didn't see what this blush, I'm assuming, is this color is. I'll double check in a second. These are retailing for $79. And these ones are going to be launching, almond is what the color is called. And these ones are going to be launching tonight at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, these are only small, medium, large. because these are really pretty and I like them a lot, but just to show what is coming for later tonight. All right, with that, we can move on to Wednesday, which is the 25th. All right. We've got the Summer Skies floral top, which I have here. We have 2 colors, and I have them both. Okay, cool. We've got, Jess is not. Okay, so I have the 2 tops here, which are the same top, just in 2 slightly different prints, and then I have a pair of jeans. So what I'll do for the tops is I'm just gonna pop the one on because they do fit exactly the same, and I'll hold up the other one to show the color, and then I'll bring the jeans, and then I'm gonna bring that back with me, and we will do that. All right. I'm very curious to hear what everyone grabbed in the moving sale. I definitely went a little bit cray-cray, which is funny because like there's so many things that I see on the website because I look at it all the time, and like of course I have a pretty like good idea of what our inventory is because I try it all on, and so I'll remember things like, oh, like a lot of the times it's like, oh, there was this thing, like I thought about getting it, but I don't know if I'd wear it enough and things like that. And then the summer sale will come on, or sorry, not the summer sale, a sale like the moving sale will come on, and all of a sudden it's like I forgot all of the reasons I gave for why I didn't need these things, and and it's just like, never mind, I need this. So that definitely happened. It is definitely a little bit easier to justify it for myself when the prices are that good too, but yeah, it's kind of like the spirit of capitalism takes over for a minute, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love buying things. That's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite hobby, is spending money. Okay, there is the jeans. And we have the top. Okay, so again, these are both for the Wednesday daily drop. Here we go. I like seeing how my ponytail is getting a few more wispies every time I change outfits in the camera. That's just kind of how it goes. All right, so this is the Summer Skies floral tank. The one that I'm wearing currently is the shade taupe, but then it also comes in pink. I will get up close because they're similar but different. So the taupe one still definitely reads kind of like pinky rosy, but then the pink one is more cool toned, like a true like pink color, whereas this is kind of like dusty rose taupe, like a little bit more neutral but still pinkish, and then this one is like, no, we are full on pink, and then with the gray instead of more of a neutral taupey color. So same cut, same size, same fit, everything like that, just slightly different colors in the patterns. So these are going to be retailing for $29 each, and they are available in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X for these. And then I didn't look at the brand. What is the brand for these? These are also Emerald. So these are the same brand as the flutter sleeve top that I just had on. So $29, sizes small through 3X. This one is just a really nice, like typical, slightly relaxed, like tank fit. We definitely describe these as being true to size. Everyone is wearing their true size, with Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa is in the 1X, and I'm in my typical 3X. I definitely would not size down in this one at all. It is a little bit of a slightly cropped length. And for that, I definitely, again, would not size down, but just in general, I think that the 3X just fits me really nicely overall everywhere. It's fitted where it needs to be in the top, it flows where it needs to kind of down the sides, and it is just a really nice, fun fit overall. This one is also a poly-rayon spandex blend for the fabric on this one. So again, this is the Summer Skies floral tank. The one I am currently wearing is the shade taupe. And then we also have the pink one as well. These are both going to be going live on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Both retailing for $29, and both in sizes small through 3X, with us all wearing our typical size. They fit exactly the same. And then we have the Judy's. Let me kind of tuck the front of this in so we can actually see what's going on with these ones. These are really fun jeans. I've been really into light wash jeans this year, which is something that is definitely new for me because I used to be like black, gray, dark, nothing else. And I think, except for maybe one pair, every pair of jeans I bought so far this year have been like a lighter or light wash like this, which is so weird for me, but times are changing and so am I suppose. Snagged the lovely long jean jacket, some jeans. Oh, for the, this is your sale. Some other things too, yeah. I went crazy too. I got a couple of sweaters. I did not get a pair of jeans though, because the one pair of jeans that I did want was not still in stock in my size for the sale price. It was the Barrel jeans. Another pair, lighter wash. Never thought I would like them. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like these. And I put them on. I was like, I actually like these. What is happening? But anyways, these are the Judy Blue High Rise Tummy Control Side Slit Slim Boot Cuts. Oh, that is a lot. AKA the Haze. These ones are retailing for $99 and they are available in sizes 0 through 15 and then 14W through 22W for the plus range. These ones are true to Judy sizing. Everyone's wearing their typical size. So Christine's in her usual 3, Carrie's in her usual 9, Melissa's in her usual 14, and I'm in my usual 18 for these ones. Lengthwise, I would say these ones are long-ish, if that makes sense. The one thing, I'm used to having a bit more room for me to be able to like, I guess I could just move the cameras back from where they are, but I can usually step back to show the length. They're not like touching the ground on me, but they're not super short. I mean, I guess these are probably like a 30, maybe a 31. But the nice thing about these ones, especially if you're like on the fence of like, oh, these are almost too long and I need to hem them, is that because they have that split hem, I feel like they're going to kind of like spread out in a way that it's going to make it easier to kind of adapt to different shoe lengths, if that makes sense. Excuse me. And it's just another fun detail. I feel like that's very like early 2000s. I think I had a pair of jeans like that in probably like 2003, 2004. And just like the boot cut with this, like all of that does definitely give 2000s. And then we can see they are quite a light wash. Of course, we have a little bit of the like darker denim dye settling in near the crevices and stuff, which is a fun detail. And we can see there is more of that. There's no physical distressing on these jeans. It's just the really light wash kind of going on for these ones. You didn't shop the sale. Oh, that is, you're trying this new thing where you don't spend copious of things they don't need. If it isn't sparking joy, I will not spend money. I will not spend money. I get that. I mean, I don't, because I don't practice that. Or the problem is that a lot of things bring me joy, at least in the moment, but I admire your dedication, Jessica, that I definitely did not have the willpower you had, so props to you, good for you, but yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I need to do that. I also need to declutter my house really bad because I have a lot of stuff. Clothes especially, I mean, like working here, I get a lot of clothes because I get paid in clothes essentially, and it definitely makes it hard because I bring home a lot of new clothes, and I'm not so good at like, my mom has a really good rule where whenever she brings something new, something old has to leave out of her closet. I have not been so good at that rule, so I need to get better. Anyways, again, these are the Judy Blue High Rise Tummy Control Side Slit Slim Boot Cut jean. That is a lot, aka the Haze. These ones are retailing for $99, sizes 0 through 15, and then 14W through 22W, and we all wear our typical Judy Blue size. So these and then the 2 tanks I tried on are going to be launching Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Yeah, the not spending money is not sparking joy. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said earlier, spending money is my favorite hobby. I love it. It's so fun. I love getting things. All right, anyways, that's everything for the Wednesday daily drop. Wednesday is still our Dex drop, but there is no plus for the Wednesday evening Dex drop, which means we can move on to the Thursday daily drop. It's gonna be really hard for me to like get out of the habit of saying daily drop because it will be daily drop still, but it's not like the evening drop and the daily drop. It's just the Tuesday drop. That's just what it's gonna be afterwards. Okay, so for, do I not have these ones? I should. Are these the poles? Okay, so I have the jeans for Thursday. Oh, and the dress is Thursday as well, okay. And then what do I have for Friday? I'm just curious if I should try the dress on first. Looks like I have jeans for Friday, so maybe I'll just throw the jeans on quickly. 2725. Yeah, I think I will just put on the jeans first and then the dress, and then we'll move on to Friday. Perfect. Okay, so the only, I guess I have two pieces for the Thursday Daily Drop that are plus. We have a pair of jeans and we have the Sage Blossom dress. So I'm gonna do the jeans first because I'm already wearing a top, and that involves less outfit changes on my part, which I like. The less times I need to change clothes, the better, in my opinion. So I'm gonna throw these other ones on. Let's make sure I actually grab the right ones. These are the paws, right? Yes. Okay. And again, it's helpful for me if I actually bring back clothes from the previous launch. There we go. Okay. So now we have, these are the Thursday jeans. These are the J Blue Mid-Rise Vintage Wash Destroyed Boyfriend Jean, aka Paul. These ones are retailing for $93 and they're available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W. And with these ones, everyone is wearing their typical Judy Blue size. So Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa in the 14, myself in my usual 18 for these ones. These ones do have the optional cuff, so they're going to come rolled like this, but it is not stitched down. There will be a little bit of a crease, but you can absolutely iron that out, no problem. If you don't want to have the cuff at the end, again, it's not stitched down, it's not tacked down. So you can just unroll that and then iron those, and you'll be able to get an extra couple of inches on the jean. I definitely prefer them rolled up because they're going to be too short for me anyway, so at least if they're rolled up it looks intentional, giving that kind of like cropped ankle jean vibe. So I definitely prefer them with the cuff on these ones. So these ones are definitely being a boyfriend fit. They're a little bit more relaxed, and I definitely find that to be the case. Even in my 18, I find that I still have a, I'm just double checking, these are the 18s, right? Yep. Oh no, okay, so apparently I'm wearing the 20 in these ones. That would, and now I remember that, yeah, so I did try the, I think I tried the 18 on in these, and they were just a little bit snug in the waist. But now today, I'm wondering if it's just because last week was different or not. I'm gonna see if I still have the 18, because now that I have these on, I feel like they're a little bit on the big side. So I wonder if I am actually the 18. I just had a weird day. Let me check. Okay, so I do have the 18 in these, and I am going to quickly pop them on afterwards just to see if I do prefer that fit, because I do find that these ones, they are a boyfriend fit, so they are meant to be a little bit more relaxed, but I'm finding that I'm having a little bit too much extra fabric in the hips here. And this is what I mean when I say like sometimes I get too much extra fabric, like that's a lot of extra stuff to be working with. And then even for me in the 18 now, I'm finding like I have a lot of extra room in the waist. These ones are a little bit more rigid in the waistband, which is probably why I sized up originally last week, but I'm gonna try these on again because it might have just been one of those things where like my stomach was just sitting differently that day, or I ate a bigger breakfast, which is true. It could just be something like that. So let me try on the 18s because I was pretty sure, especially seeing that everyone else kind of wore their typical size too, I'm like, why do these ones feel big on me? Like, did I size up in these? And I did, but I'm gonna try the 18s now. Okay, yeah, I can, now that I'm in these ones, I'm kind of in between the sizes. I can wear the 18 or the 20, so I do find that now this is the 18, and I think they would relax a little bit, but the, especially this, like, the bottom seam around the waistband here is definitely a little less forgiving. There's not a lot of stretch on that. See, the rest of the waistband is fine, but it's just that bottom seam doesn't really have that same stretchy accommodation, and I think that last week, just because of where it was hitting, it just felt like it wasn't gonna fit. And now that I have these on, I do prefer the 18 everywhere else. But I will say that if you're like me and your waist is your kind of like limiting size that you have to accommodate, I would consider sizing, if you're between sizes, I would consider sizing up. Now that I have these on, like I said, I do think that the 18 is my true size, but it was kind of right on the edge, and it is specifically because of this waistband, and everywhere else, I definitely prefer the fit of my usual size 18 for these ones. So we do have a lot of distressing on these boyfriend jeans. We've got some shredding up on the pockets here. We've got some pretty heavy shredding on the knees and on the thigh patch here. And then we have quite a bit of the physical distressing with the shredding on the back pockets here. Not quite as much. There's that one pair of jeans last week where the entire back pocket was completely shredded and it was just strings, and I actually kind of loved it. I was a little obsessed. I never use my back pockets, so for me it's like totally worth the using that space to do something fun like that. So again, these are the Judy Blue mid-rise vintage wash destroyed boyfriend jeans, aka the Pauls. I am, after all, wearing my usual size 18, but I would say I'm kind of in between. I could wear the 18 or the 20, just because the waist is maybe slightly tighter in these than some of the other jeans I've tried on this week. But I would still go with my usual Judy Blue size for these, and everyone else also went with their typical size as well. So again, these are available in sizes, I'll do one more to show the back as well. These are available in sizes 1 through 15, and then 14W through 22W, and they are going to be $93. Okay, and now we have the Sage Blossom Fit and Flare midi dress in tropical fuchsia. I'm going to go back to my little hidey hole off screen, and by hidey hole I mean just in the room, and I'm going to switch into that.
Do you have the 2X in this?
Is that the dress?
The pajamas.
Like the sleep shirt or the set?
Set.
I think I just have the 3X in that one. Let me check. No, I do have the 2X.
See?
There you go.
Thank you.
See, I told you guys these things were crazy. Like all of the stuff that's like up here, like somebody's probably already bought these because you guys went absolutely crazy for them. So I was just giving Liz the pair now that I am done with them. So yeah, let me put that dress on for you guys. I have given up on returning the jeans to the rack. I'm still trying to do it with tops, but the jeans are just gonna, they're just gonna live over here now until the end of my life. It's just easier that way than trying to return them all. I say as I'm attempting to, see, I told you there was gonna be a hanger going flying at some point. I mean, it wasn't really crazy going flying, but it did jump off the rack here. This is for the top. There we go. Doing my best. Okay, there we go. So again, this is the Sage Blossoms dress. From the Haptics brand. There we go. Oh, I love these colors. These colors are exactly my vibe. Here we go. So, excuse me. This is the Sage Blossom Fit and Flare midi dress in tropical fuchsia. This one's retailing in sizes small through 3X with a 1X as the median size. This one does fit true to size, so Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa's in the 1X, and I'm in the 3X. This is one of those haptics dresses where if the size 3X sold out, I could probably get away with a 2X because the elastic is like fully relaxed while sitting on my skin. It's not stretched out at all. So if I wanted it to have a similar fit but was okay with having a little bit less ruching around the waist, I could probably wear the 2X pretty easily. There'd still be room for my shoulders and my chest, but I still prefer the fit of the 3X for this one. I am so sorry. I don't know why I've got such a dry throat all of a sudden. Probably because it's dry here again, but yeah, so we all wear our typical sizes in this one, and it is a poly spandex blend. I won't say a ton more about the fit because we have seen the Sage Blossoms dress a few times, but this one has pockets, and these ones are like actually really substantial pockets that you could fit like a large phone or even a wallet in. Like these are nice, really deep pockets for a dress. I'll get up close so that we can see the gorgeous pattern, and again, that fuchsia being the background color, and then with all of these tropical flowers and leaves on here. I love the color choices like this aquamarine and this like kind of like warm plummy purple together. I am absolutely in love with. I also love this with the like lavender and the light pink. Just like these colors all here. I absolutely adore that combination. Hi Carolyn, hello. I know, Abby, the yellows, the pinks, the teals, like there's just such good colors. Everything's so pretty and vivid, but still like coordinates with each other. I love a lot of the pattern and color choices from haptics. And here we have the back. We can see that the A-line like elastic waist continues all the way around. And again, I cannot overstate how fantastic the pockets on this dress are. This dress is probably gonna be like just below the knee to mid-calf for most folks. It's kind of hitting right at the knee for me. But again, I am very tall, so things tend to hit me a little bit higher in terms of skirt lengths on dresses and things like that. So again, this is the Sage Blossom Fit and Flare mini dress in tropical fuchsia. This one is retailing for $49, size is small through 3X. We're all wearing our typical sizes. If you are a little bit smaller in the chest like me, you could probably afford to size down one size if your usual size is sold out, but I would still recommend true to size, and I would still purchase a 3X for myself regularly. Like I said, if the 3X was sold out and I really wanted the 2X, I would still go for it though. Okay, so that is everything for me on Thursday daily drop. I don't believe there's anything Thursday evening. No, there is not. So let's move on to Friday the 27th. I believe I have a couple of tops and some I have a top, a dress, and a pair of jeans. So I have this pink dress, and then this top and this jeans. I am already in a dress, so I'm going to just change into the dress for now. That'll be my next option. Come that, and then we can finish off with the jeans and the rainbow tee. This is more of a tank than a tee, or more of a top, if you want to get technical. So this dress is also from the brand Emerald, which is the same one that had the flutter sleeve baby doll, and then the taupe and pink tanks that I had on from the Wednesday drop. Okay. We'll bring back some of our friends from earlier. There we go. Okay. So again, we're on to the Friday daily drops. So the pieces I'm trying on now will be launching Friday at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So this is the Small Town Girl flutter sleeve dress in peach. That is such a good way to describe this color, because I'm like, it's pink, but it's a very warm pink. It's orange-ish, but it's not full-on orange. I think peach is a really, really good way to describe the color of this. This one is retailing for $39, and it's available in sizes small through 3X, with the median size being a 1X large on this one. This one is true to size. It is quite a deep V-neck cut, and it is a little bit on the shorter side. If I were to wear this myself personally, it's not like quite danger levels, but I would definitely wear a pair of shorts under it just myself for coverage, just because I do have longer legs and a longer torso, so things end up getting a little bit shorter on me. But on Christine, this one is definitely like mini length, but not like mini, not like micro mini length, if that makes sense. So everyone is wearing their typical sizes. So Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa is in the 1X, and I'm in the 3X for this one. I feel like I don't have quite the cleavage to like fill it out, but I think because I am tall, that's probably a blessing because it means I'm not losing as much like outwards. So it's still a good length for me. I'm so used to, so many of our dresses have had pockets lately that I always do this. This one does not have pockets, which is okay. I mean, most dresses still don't. It's just we've been really spoiled by haptics because pretty much all of their dresses have pockets in them. But if I get up close, we can see that it is quite a deep V. That's my bra's trying to like poke out. I would definitely wear a different bra with it had I remembered that I was trying on something with a deep V cut. But I do really like that it's a deep V, but because there's still so much coverage here, it's still very appropriate and very classy. I feel like it's not too much cleavage showing. You could definitely wear this a lot of places still and be very appropriate and covered and not be an issue whatsoever. Also, we have these like little micro flutter sleeves that I like. It's almost like, it's less a sleeve and just kind of like a flutter detail, because I would describe this as like a full t-shirt sleeve. It's more like a tank style with a little bit of a flutter trim around the top. And the fact that it doesn't go all the way around definitely kind of solidifies it for me that it's not a flutter sleeve, but just kind of like a flutter accent, which I really like. And then we have the V that kind of goes in this detail around the bust here, and then it kind of levels off and goes to where a typical like baby doll dress would cut off in the back. And then lengthwise, we can see that it is on the shorter, and actually now that I'm settled into it, I don't think it's quite as short as I'm used to. I'm just used to seeing it myself from a slightly different angle in the other setup because I can kind of stand back farther. I think it's just because the angle of this camera makes it look a little bit, makes my leg look smaller than they are, shorter, so it looks shorter than it is, but I don't actually think it's as short as I initially thought. It is kind of the same length front and back. It's not high-low hem. There's no kind of like scoop sides here. It is just kind of like a straight cross all the way front and back for this one. So again, this is the Small Town Girl flutter sleeve dress in peach. $39 for this one, sizes small through 3X, and we all wore our typical sizes for this one, definitely true to size. Okay, so I just have the short sleeve rainbow top there and another pair of Judy's, so I'm gonna grab those ones. I'm also gonna bring back, oh, I did remember to bring back the dress last time. Perfect. So this is the last outfit for the live, so I'm gonna pop this one on and be right back. Between the rainbow stripes and these are quite wide leg pants, this definitely gives like retro vibes for an outfit. There we go. Okay, this top is so fun. Like even if this was just like a plain t-shirt, it would be super cute, but then the fact that it is the dolman sleeves, it's this really fun, it's got this like ribbon to cinch the sleeves around, and it kind of creates this like scrunched paper bag effect at the top, and then you can kind of adjust it and play around with it for how you want it to sit across the bust. Like super adorable. I love this top. The peach dress is Emerald, which is the same brand as the flutter sleeve baby doll and these tank tops. I can't think of what they're called right now. Summer Skies. So Emerald was the brand for the peach dress. Abby, I knew as soon, like, I can't always predict your style 100%, but I knew that this top is one that screamed you in terms of like the rainbow and everything. I was like, oh, this is, Abby's gonna love it. And clearly you did. I'm so glad that you did. So again, this is, not again, I'm just introducing it now. This is the Skylar short sleeve dolman top in teal and fuchsia stripe. This one's retailing for $37, and we have it in sizes small through 3X, with the medium size being a 1X large on this one. I forgot to double check what brand it is, so give me 2 seconds. Haptics. Okay, that's what I thought. I was gonna say most of our super fun rainbow stripey stuff has been Haptics, and just the sheer vividness of it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is Haptics, and yes, it is. So it is a relaxed kind of dolman fit, but we still stay true to size, so everyone is in their typical size to get that intentionally like relaxed fit. So the Emerald brand, I feel like we've had it before, but not super frequently. So not enough that I'm like super familiar. I can't think of like other pieces that we've had, but I know I've seen it pop up a few times here and there in the past. So like not new, but not one of our like diehard tried and trues like Zanana or Haptics or Dex or Grace and Lace or something like that. Yeah, so this one again is Haptics. Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium. Melissa wears the 1X, and I'm in my usual 3X for this one. And this one is a poly spandex blend. It is your typical kind of like jersey knit with that soft kind of buttery feel that we are used to seeing from Haptics, that same kind of fabric texture that a lot of their dresses and other things are in as well. So again, super cute. I kind of already gave a tour of the little features, but the kind of ribbon like tied version of the sleeves here with the little ribbon ties, and this is fully functioning. So if you wanted the sleeves to be looser, you can absolutely undo the tie and you can slack the sleeves right off if you wanted to and have more of like a flowy sleeve look like that. If you really wanted to, you might regret it later if you wanted to do it again, but you could pull the tie right out if you really wanted to and just wanted to leave it open, or you can let the ties hang. You could tie them in this style, but just leave it like super loose tie if you wanted to, so you still have that really open effect on the sleeve, but have the little bow to accessorize. Or you can do like it is on this side and you can fully cinch it around your arm to give it that kind of like puckered, ruffled effect. So here on this half we have the more loosened off, relaxed kind of vibe, and then on this side we have the fully tightened up effect there. And then something else I really like about this top is that it is very differently cut in length from the top and the bottom. We do have this little slit here, and then we can see that it is substantially longer in the back, almost giving me full booty coverage. So you could probably wear this with leggings, almost kind of like tunic style if that was your prerogative, or you could leave it kind of out and about. And I don't know what I was trying to say there, but yeah, just lots of different options to wear this top, or to wear this top with the different ways that you can tie the sleeves and whatnot. All right, so again, this is the Skylar short sleeve dolman top in teal and fuchsia stripe. Super fun rainbow effect on this one. It's retailing for $37, and it is available in sizes small through 3X, and everyone is wearing their typical sizes, which includes myself in the 3X. And then finally, we have our final piece for the week that is in plus. Actually, I'm gonna undo this one too. I am just looking at myself. I'm like, I really like the flowy, like open sleeved look of this. I'm just gonna let it flow. This is the Judy Blue High Rise Vintage Wash Retro Wide Leg Jean Drew. So clearly I was onto something when I was like, this is a very like retro kind of vibe, because they're literally called the Retro Wide Leg Jeans, and they are a very wide leg. These ones are retailing for $103, and they are available in sizes 0 through 15 and 14W through 22. I will tie up the top in a minute once I finish going through the details, just so we can really see it. These ones are high rise, like a true high rise. They have a very wide leg and a vintage medium wash. We're all wearing our typical sizes in these for Judy Blue. So Christine's in the 3, Carrie's in her usual 9, Melissa's in her usual 14, and I'm in my usual 18 for these ones. And I'm just gonna do what I did on the other side and just tie this very loosely because I like that vibe. And then I'm going to attempt to tie up the top so I can really show off the jeans. Because it's longer in the back, I don't know how well that's gonna work, but we're gonna try. There we go. Okay. So as we can see, definitely nice and high-waisted. We have a little bit of the whiskering on the front pocket area, the fading on the thigh. I wish I could back up just a little bit farther so I could kind of stand up. I'm trying to like pose my leg there. If I do that, you can see like these are a wide leg, like not even just a flare, because I feel like flares are quite fitted down the thigh and then just start to flare out kind of at the knee. These start flaring kind of like halfway down the thigh, like I would say the flare starts right about here, and they are wide, wide, wide. Like they are definitely a true like wide leg jean. Like if I do that, you can see like that is a lot of fabric there. So the price point on this one being $103 is definitely to reflect just the sheer amount of denim that are in these jeans for being a wide leg like this. And if I stand like this, they definitely remind me of like the jeans that Jackie would wear on that 70s show, like definitely true retro vintage wide leg style, but they still have more of a modern fit. They're fitted very nicely. They're snug in the waist, but not too tight. They're just kind of holding everything in nicely. There's enough room to have comfortable movement in the hip without being too much. They are just a really nice fit, and the length on these is also really nice. As we can see, they're like almost touching the floor on me. So they are probably, I would say, a 33 and a half inch inseam, which is awesome. So these are, they're not described as long. At least I don't think they are. No, they are not, but they are quite long. But again, because the actual like part where the leg starts flaring out is so high up, if you need to get these hemmed, you're not losing any of that flare effect. They're still going to be a super wide legged and fun. Even if you have to hem a couple of inches off these guys, you're still going to get that full wide leg retro effect with these. All right, once again, those are the Judy Blue high rise vintage retro wash wide leg jeans, aka the Drews. These ones are retailing for $103, and again, that's just because of the sheer, like, at least I'm assuming it's because of just the sheer quantity of denim that had to be used for these guys with how flared these legs are. So these are retailing for $103, sizes 0 through 15, 14W through 22W, and we're all wearing our typical Judy sizes for these, which includes myself in my usual 18W for these. All right, that is enough yapping for me. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice again. I woke up with a sore throat yesterday. I'm not sure why. I just had a weird sleep. Maybe it's, can't even like blame the smoke or anything like that, because like it rained so much for the weekend and it's not smoky here right now, but yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go and make myself some tea to soothe my throat, probably put some honey in it, and get back to, I have to go right back to work. My office is right around the corner. So thanks again for everyone who tuned in. Thank you for bearing with me with a little bit of a different setup than I'm used to, because I usually go live on the other side, but this is fun. Leave a comment if you like this new setup, especially like me having the clothing rack in the back so you can actually like see what I'm going to be trying on, because if that's something that people prefer, I can absolutely make that change and accommodate. The whole point of me going live is to make it easier for you guys to see what pieces you like and how they fit, and feel more confident in your buying decisions if you decide to purchase. So let me know, and if that is something you guys want, I can absolutely make it happen. So once again, my name is Michelle. I am the size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain, just gonna say it's standard time, but Mountain Daylight Time. Because next Tuesday is Canada Day, I will obviously not be going live. We will not be open. So we are going to try and find another time next week, to be determined, for me to go live so I can still try on everything. I just have to check my work schedule and see, just because my work is like used to me being going on Tuesday mornings. We've been accommodating that, you know, for almost 2 years now, but which is crazy to think that if I've been at my job for almost 2 years now, that means I've been here for like 2.5 years. That's crazy. Anyways, off topic, but we will announce on Facebook and Instagram once we figure out exactly what day next week I can go live, and we will make it happen. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Belinda. I always love to see you in the comments, and you always ask such great questions too. Thank you so much. I will see everyone at some point next week. We'll figure it out. Okay, thanks. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.